Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have back, let's say by popular demand, we have John Garp and Kim Nagi. They were on before, and this is too small to show you, but they wrote Dead in Good Company. Now, we had this on. It was about the Mount Armored Cemetery, right?
Right,
I told you we'd talk about it. You may remember. Probably there's a book downstairs in the library for you to borrow. You could probably also get it on Amazon. Am I right?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
now.
It's a full-size book.
Full-size book? Now, today,
That size.
we're going to talk with Kim and John about their latest book, and I love it. If you're an owl lover, listen up. It's called Skylaris' Great Adventure, and if you can zero in on that, this isn't just for kids. I love it.
Well, essentially it's for kids, but yeah, but because of the photographs and the story is a true story, so it is for everyone.
It's about an owl. His name is Skylar, and you were who's the photographer?
We both are.
You both were.
Both.
Okay, so
yeah.
you both. He actually, when he was born, and you took the pictures, he fell out of his nest.
Well, out of the branch
tried
next to the nest.
Yeah, and he was on the ground, but he made it, and it's the story of how he kind of grows up, and he becomes a big boy, and then he can fly.
Yeah, but it was that drama, that perilous journey of those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It fell out of the tree before it was ready. There was a misstep. But as it was falling, instinctively the wings went out.
Yeah.
And it made a soft landing, thankfully.
Yeah.
It didn't look hurt, but there was no way to know because all it did was stay on the ground.
Yeah.
And every day it would be a little bit further away. So we didn't know what to expect, but every day the rooting section was there. The runners, the dog walkers would stop and say, "How's the owl today? How's the owl?" So it had a following.
Do you think the parents? I was always wondering if the parents are really worried. The mummy and daddy owl. Do you think they were worried?
Well, I don't know if worried, but they were there 24/7.
That's what. Yeah,
one or
I know.
both of them.
Why didn't they? Couldn't they go down and grab them? And
No, maybe just too big to lift up at that point.
these are beautiful pictures. Now, These are the real pictures, right?
They're the real
Okay.
pictures, but they're enhanced through a computer program to be more kid-friendly.
And look at the printing. Absolutely fantastic. I cuddled up in bed one night, and I had just gotten it, and I'm like, I got to read this. And I read it, and it just flows right along. And he's so beautiful. When he was a little baby, and then he fell when he tried to fly.
Yeah,
And
and
here's
that was the first day when it was on the ground. And if it were a person
Yeah.
who could think, it would have been saying at that point, "Now what do I do?"
How old was? What do you think?
A little over a month.
Yeah.
When he tried to get out of the nest. It was about
But it was just branching. It was just starting to branch, which is how they get stronger. They start going to branches, hopping from branch to branch next to the nest.
Yeah.
And they flap their wings and get stronger. And
Did you have one of those big cameras? We interviewed a fellow who loves owls. It's this big thing. It's a big thing so they can get up close, or they don't get right on the owl, of course.
no, well, we do. We
You
have
got that.
big lenses. Ours are 1 to 400 millimeters. The next size up, the biggest would be the 600.
Where did you go? Did you go up to the cemetery? Was it in Auburn in the cemetery again, or where?
No,
was
this
it?
is Fresh Pond in Cambridge, just a minute from the cemetery.
Not far from Arlington.
No,
That's
no,
where my
not far from
grandparents lived.
Arlington.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's near, around the block, so
Yeah.
to speak, from Mount Auburn Cemetery, and it's a fresh pond running path, running dog walking.
Yeah.
It circles the pond, and people walk their dog and.
So that's how they knew
jog
you guys
and-
were there, right?
Oh yeah, because you could see the big. There's one photograph of a few people with the cameras.
Let me see.
And we were there every single day watching the progress of this little owl.
And the owl's parents were there, but they couldn't help him, right, Kim? They couldn't help him.
No, that's not. It's not their
That's not
way.
how it. That's not how
That's
it
not
goes.
how they do it?
No.
They were watching,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of danger at night in
Yeah.
places like that. There are coyotes, there are raccoons, so you can bet that the mother and father, we could see them often,
Yeah.
both or one or the other, but anything tried to get near that owl.
Well, what did he eat when he was on the ground?
No, they brought him
The
food.
parents fed him.
The mummies?
Yeah.
Daddy brought
Yeah.
them. This is a great picture on the back of this book. It's about both Kim and and John. And this is like, Kim, you're with a dolphin. Do you like to swim with the animals?
That was in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay.
It was a fabulous day.
And this is that a real owl on your shoulder?
It's a real
It's a
owl,
real
but it's not a
owl.
real photograph. It's Photoshop. That is Photoshop.
That's a snowy owl, right?
Snowy
Yes.
owl.
That's the one that was in Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's have a little history on our friends here. How did you two meet up and join up on such wonderful books? How did you do it?
Well, we met in 2011, long time ago now, 8 years.
Yeah, I can't believe
And
it's so
it
fast.
was a chance meeting with a stranger over something you would never expect that would lead to anything.
Yeah.
And I followed up on a lead and we met. And I always say in our talks that a person who suggests meeting at a cemetery for the first time has got to be an interesting character and certainly should meet that person. And that's what we did.
That's
And
what
it
you
was
did.
over the owls
Yeah.
for our first book, The Great Horned Owls.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago. We've had lots and lots of adventures since,
Yeah.
not just about owls.
Yeah. And then you did the
Well,
Dead in Good Company. Dead in Good
Yeah.
Company. We
Yeah.
had them on for that. That is really cool about the birds in the cemetery area and everything.
Well, and the wildlife. It's
Yeah.
a gated community
Yeah,
for
it's
wildlife.
really, it's a very
And
special place.
As far as the children's book, when this drama unfolded, it was a drama, John said that would make a great children's story, and I sat down and I wrote it. It pretty much all came out.
Definitely.
I had the first sentence. I'd been working on that for a long time mentally, and then the whole story unfolded. And editing, and then of course it's easy to write it, but then
Yeah.
redoing it over and
That's-
over.
yeah.
Yeah, it's it was a nice
Because you
surprise
want to
when
keep
she
it. It's a pretty
sent it
long
to
book
me.
for a children's book. It's 1,000 words.
But it's easy reading. It's big. I love the print. This is great.
Yeah, that's our
The
book
fonts,
designer
yeah,
who
yeah,
puts
the-
it together.
I'd wanted something like Comic Sans,
Oh, yeah.
and so that's La Cartoonerie. That's the font.
Is it just by luck he survived, Skylar?
No.
No?
No. It was because Skylar wasn't hurt, so that, and it just did what it was supposed to do, what instinctively. But we didn't know what to expect,
Yeah.
and the parents would feed it. Some people were there early enough on the occasional morning that they would see one of the parents bring a mouse or even a rabbit
A whole
to
rabbit.
the kid, and
Ooh,
so it was well taken care of.
yeah.
But we were more worried, I'm sure, than the parents were.
I love this. Now, did you make this sign?
No. That was done by the park rangers.
They made a sign that says, "Grounded baby owl ahead. Please put dogs on a leash and respect fencing." So that was to protect Skylar.
Yeah, they were very, very helpful. They were.
Who named him Skylar?
Oh well, that's my honorary granddaughter, Mari. I asked her. She's 8 years old, and I asked her. I said, "Mari, name this owl for us." And she looked up, and about 10 seconds later, she pointed to the sky and said, "I like Skylar." So an 8-year-old girl is responsible for naming our owl, and it's the perfect name for the owl because it's non-gender specific. We don't know whether it was a
Boy or girl?
We don't-
male
yeah,
or
we don't
female.
know.
You can't know it unless you're a vet and examine it. But so it could be either. So it was named by.
Do
an
the
8-year-old.
mother and father owl have just one baby per session?
Usually two.
They had two.
What happened to the other baby?
It died.
It died. It didn't survive.
He tried to fly out too. And
No.
No, it was two.
No
It
one
just
knows.
it just fell out of the nest or something
Yeah.
happened.
Oh,
And it didn't make it. And then afterwards, maybe a week later, was when Skylar misstepped and
Yeah.
fell off of the branch. So,
Oh God! Now, first of all, how can people get a hold of this?
The book is on Amazon right now, and we are working on getting printed copies. We will have them soon, and then we will have them in local bookstores and Mass and New Hampshire Audubon stores as well.
We've been talking with Kim Nagi and John Garp, the authors of Skylar's Great Adventure. And you'll find a copy of this downstairs if you're in the area at Upton Town Library. I was telling them about Tatnuk Bookseller, and boy, you guys would be a shoo-in over there. Oh, my God.
yeah, we'll investigate. We'll investigate.
Oh, yeah.
that.
Have you got us by any... I hate to say it's stuffed. Is there anything like an owl you could blow up as a picture? Because it's a nice presentation room. Maybe the stuffed owl.
We could certainly make a photograph any size.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, well, we could photograph the cover. I mean, get an enlarged.
Oh, okay. Now show us. All right, you've got to zero in on this T-shirt. I want this shirt. He won't give it to me. It's called. Can you get this, Paul? Can you sit forward just a little, John?
Yeah.
This is adorable. Sit right up straight. There you go.
Stand up. He said stand up.
Kim, make sure he's got it nice and okay. That is Skylar when he grew up, right? Got a little bigger.
That was the
No,
day
that
it
was
fledged.
April 28th when he fledged.
That was the first flight.
He looked older. Okay.
No, that's first flight.
It was just. And that's Skylar. That's the owl. You got to make those shirts.
Yeah, gee, maybe that's something else we should.
Let me tell you, when you go to places to give your presentations, would be a real hit, and I'd be your first one stepping up to get it.
Well, we'll send you one in appreciation for the idea.
No, really, that's I love that. Now, where have you been presenting lately? Where have you been around?
Well, we've only done, the book's only been out for a while.
Yeah.
And production took a lot longer.
Yeah.
Things always take longer than you expect. And we were at the Reading Library last week, and we're going to a camera club, and then we're also going to have an event with the Cambridge Park Rangers.
Now, is that the one at the...
The ones that did the sign, and
Right.
so they were very helpful throughout. They really cared for this owl, and they were the ones who put the caution tape around the area
They're the ones who did that.
Right.
to make sure that people didn't get too close. So they really were friends of that owl. It
Well,
was great.
you've heard of the Blackstone Valley Corridor, right? The around here, that's like the Heritage Park. Well, over in Uxbridge, there's the West... Paul, is it West River or West Bend Conservation? West Bend? Anyway, the rangers over there, there's another clue for you. I bet they would love to have you guys come over there. That's another hot spot in this area. All right,
Yeah,
I'll
we'll go anywhere
This would
to
be
discuss
great.
the
Definitely
book.
open to suggestions.
Yeah.
Well, something like this. I mean, really, this is like I said. I don't think it's made for kids, but I loved it. The true story of a brave fresh pond owlet. And if you're out of the country, out of the state, Fresh Pond is in Massachusetts, Cambridge, right? Cambridge area.
Yes, Cambridge,
Okay.
right near Mount Auburn Cemetery.
So it's not that far.
So.
Is there going to be a sequel? I mean, I don't know. Did you ever follow him where he went?
It's not a sequel. The owlet has been seen and is doing well. We are not going to follow up on that owl because we don't know what's happening. However, we have our second book.
What's that?
It's about another owl.
Where have you guys been doing this?
Well, that's
It's
going to be our next one.
It's a snowy owl.
Oh, like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Where,
yeah.
Can you tell us like
That one's called Star Guy. And
Star Guy.
It's going to be Star Guy's Great Adventure.
Where is he? Or
Star
was-
Guy was a young snowy owl, presumably a male, from Salisbury Beach. That's where he wintered.
And spent a season at
A
Salisbury
season
Is that
where he
Maine?
wintered. No, Salisbury is
No,
in
in
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts,
yeah.
okay.
And we could see it every day. I mean, we'd go and watch it. It would fly around. It would land on telephone poles, on flag poles.
It was still a baby.
No.
Yeah, still a young one.
Yeah, young,
Yeah,
not a
He was
baby.
still-
yeah, young.
A first year, probably.
First
So he's
year.
hanging around Salisbury Beach.
Yeah, because it reminds them of home.
Oh, okay.
When they see, that's why there are so many of them at Logan Airport.
Yeah,
You know, Norm Smith of Mass Audubon
right.
is the one who's been trapping snowy owls at Logan Airport for like 30 years,
Yeah.
hundreds of them,
Yeah.
because they're a danger to planes, and he relocates them like to Plum Island or Duxbury or Salisbury.
Right.
And they love the airport because it reminds them of the Arctic, or
That's
where
what
they
they
live.
like. They love
that-
this.
the wide open spaces. That's why they go to Plum Island,
Yeah.
the dunes, and so it reminds them of home. So that's why Norm Smith has a steady job
He does.
trapping them at.
So you guys have you been working on it like every day up there, or?
No. It was based on what happened last year. I've already written it, but it's interesting. I travel a lot for my job,
Yeah.
and I fly a lot. And one time when we landed, there was a snowy owl at Logan, and there were crows mobbing the owl, And I was so excited
Yeah.
when I got out. The pilot often comes out, and I always thank him for the flight because I certainly appreciate safe flying.
Yeah.
And I said, "Did you see the owl? Did you see the snowy owl?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Ma'am, I was concentrating on landing the plane."
Yeah.
But it was very exciting because, in fact, the snowy owl was just sitting there with the crows
On the
mobbing.
wing of the plane?
No. Just sitting there
In
on
the
the ground.
distance.
Somewhere on the ground, you know,
They don't have trees in the Arctic, so they just stay on the ground. A lot of times people think the owl is sick because it's just standing there on the ground.
Yeah.
But there are no trees, so that's what they do.
Yeah, that's
snowy
that's
owl.
what they're
Yes,
used to.
that's what they're
You
used
know,
Now, there's the horned owl. The snowy owl is basically from the Arctic area?
Yes.
Arctic and northern Canada.
And northern.
You know.
And then the horned owl is...
Everywhere,
is
all over the
ubiquitous.
country.
And then there's a barn owl.
Yes.
Always.
He has not got a very pretty face, I don't think, the barn owl. He's kind of
Yeah.
homely. He's kind
Yeah,
of weird
but
looking.
there's something compelling about the
Yeah.
face of owls anyway. They're
Very smart, you know.
different. And,
They look smart.
you know.
How did you both get interested in owls?
It's an obsession. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, once you start seeing them,
That's
you know,
it.
that you're hooked. We always try to see them. Screech
Yeah.
owls,
Barred.
barred owls, barn owls, then the great horns, of course.
Yeah.
The occasional saw-whet owl that's about that big.
Where's
we
that
don't.
one from? Is that from this area?
Yeah, that's from There,
What's it called
Screech
again?
owls.
there are
Saw-whet.
plenty of them.
Saw-whet.
SAWWHET.
Oh, Sawatch. Oh,
Saw-whet
Saw-whet
owls,
owl.
and they're little things, but you don't get to see them too much.
yeah.
But they're out there. They're
I would think, you know, we've had an artist on who paints, draws the owls, and I would think they would be following you guys around like crazy because they would think, these guys know where the owls are, right?
yeah. Every once in a while, if we're lucky, we'll catch one perched on a tree,
Yeah.
and like a barred owl, which we've had lately. Some really good times with barred owls, and they will just perch on a tree for hours.
Do you two live near a place? Do you live in the same town, Kim? Do you?
No, we're not too far. About 10 miles.
So, how far will you travel to find a good owl?
Well, I fly to Central America.
Okay.
But John's gone all the way up to Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that famous
Black Hawk.
hawk that was there that we just learned this morning. They had to euthanize. It didn't survive.
Yeah.
There's this beautiful great black hawk,
Yeah.
native to South America and Central America. And they think it was in Texas last year, and then somehow
How'd he get up here?
it ended up
Just flew
in
to
Portland, Maine, and they have no idea how.
Did he get on a plane? I mean, on the roof?
Birds get, they get a tailwind that's wrong, and this one was young,
Yeah.
didn't know what it was doing, and ended up in Portland. And because it was a bird from the tropics,
Yeah.
it couldn't handle the cold, and it got frostbite. They found it on the ground,
Oh.
the avian center, and they're miracle workers. But we just heard this morning that they had to euthanize it. When they finally examined it, and the frostbite was just too deep, and it wasn't going to survive. So
Kim, in Venezuela, do they have owls? I don't know. Do they have them there?
I haven't been to Venezuela. I've been to Trinidad,
Trinidad.
which is 7 miles away.
Tobago?
I didn't go to Tobago. I just went to Trinidad,
Yeah.
and they had owls, but I didn't see any there. It's
Yeah.
hard because I haven't seen any owls even in Panama. I'm going to Colombia this year, so hopefully.
Yeah.
But
What do you do for work, Kim? I forgot what you
I
do.
work in the natural foods industry. I'm a sales manager.
Oh, wow. No wonder you get to travel all around.
No, that's work is separate from. That's a
Yeah.
vacation.
Do you, well, see, if you're in the natural foods, you must know up in, I'll give them a plug, up in Westboro, Simply
Simple
Natural.
Enough. Simple enough.
Is it called Simple Enough? It's on Lyman Street. Simple
Yes,
Enough.
simple enough.
I've been in there a
Yeah.
lot. That's where Tadnock is. It's
Oh.
right beside it. Down, right
oh,
on-
so you know where?
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can't miss it. Oh, definitely. I think you guys would be.
Oh yeah, gee.
Definitely. I got to talk to them afterwards. I got to get them out this way. But you'll go pretty far to speak. I mean, if somebody is watching right now and they would like you to come,
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
York, Maine. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
how would they reach you?
Well, they can via email or on Facebook on the back of the book.
Sure.
All the information is on the
Yeah,
book.
so
Okay.
it's
But if
Facebook,
somebody-
Dead and Good Company,
Okay.
one word.
All right.
And
Would one of you like to give your email in case they want to invite you?
sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good. Kim, your email will book both of them. Both of us.
Whatever. How they can reach you if they'd like to book you.
There's John Garp at AOL.com.
That's good.
That should work.
Yeah, that's good. If you would like to have them come and speak, and as I say, it's not just for kids. I think another great place, besides our own library, right here, would be the Grafton Town Library up the street. Again, 10 minutes up the road.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of the head gals there, and I think that you haven't been there yet, right?
No,
Oh.
no.
I think when the libraries have these dedicated children's rooms, I mean, there's a lot of
Oh,
places.
I know. They take great interest in kids.
Yeah, we
and,
just
you know.
started. We know we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll have a lot of fun. Well, how do you make time to appear? You're so busy traveling. How do you do it?
I've been doing this for a long time.
She's amazing.
Yeah, you just manage the time.
Yeah, you
she's
just
able,
manage the
She's
time.
able to, project ahead.
Yeah.
She knows where she's going and when,
Right,
so we
so-
pick days that aren't
Are you retired, John, yet? No.
semi.
Semi, yeah.
What did you used to do?
I've been a book distributor for 40 years. That's how I know all the authors in Dead and Good Company.
Uh-huh.
So that's what made that possible,
Oh,
because
wow.
they were all friends.
So you knew them.
Yeah, most of them. I mean, Alan Dershowitz, I didn't know. I did an event with him a year before,
Yeah.
and reminded him of that, and figured that as a Cantabrigian of long standing, that he would probably be interested. And when I emailed him and asked him to join Dead and Good Company, his only question was, "What length do you require?" That was all.
That was
and,
all?
and a week later, he sent us his essay, and we liked it so much it became our introduction. So,
Boy, talk about good luck.
yeah. Oh, yeah, we were really happy to have Alan Dershowitz involved. He was wonderful.
Yeah. He's the lawyer he's the lawyer I've seen on TV.
Oh,
Okay.
sure, all the time. Yeah, lately he's been all over the place.
Where does does he live in Boston?
Well, he might live mostly in New York now, maybe in D.C. He has residences. He summers in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
He's
Did I hear
everywhere.
New York? Are you from New York?
No, from Boston.
Boston,
No,
okay.
no.
Kim, were you originally from Massachusetts?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. New Jersey, right? New Jersey. Well, now, again, we're talking with Kim Nagi and John Garp. Now, John, why did it say Harrison?
Well, that's my actual last name, but Garp has become my nickname
Garp.
through the years
Why?
because of The World According to Garp.
Oh, I
So-
thought, the movie Garp with, what was his name? he died. Oh,
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Yeah. Well, it's the book itself that
Yeah.
that got me into it, and it's been my license plate since the '80s.
really?
Yeah, Garp has been on my license plate since a couple of years after the book.
And your grandchildren, your granddaughter, he told me his granddaughter picked out the name for Skylar.
Yeah, she's my honorary granddaughter.
8 years old?
She'll be 9 next month in February. So,
Okay. That's how many grandchildren have you got now?
well, just
Yeah,
her.
just
I
her.
mean, again, she's my honorary. She's
She's
not
your
my
honor.
actual.
Yeah.
But I become her kind of stand-in grandfather. So
Who designed the cover, which I love? I love purple anyway.
Well, our book designer, Steve Gladstone, who did Dead and Good Company and this,
Yeah.
he has people. He has people.
He has people.
and he sent it to his cover guy, and the cover guy created the cover. So,
Well, let me tell you, they did a beautiful job with the pictures, both the pictures of you both. I mean, I love it. She's with the dolphin, and there's John with the owl.
yeah, I wish a snowy owl would land on my shoulder. That would be all right with me.
It would hurt pretty bad.
Would it? Yeah.
If it,
But it would be worth it. It would be
It would
worth it.
Compared to a hawk, how are the talons on an owl? Are they? We've seen a big hawk near our home.
yeah, well, they're just as strong. I don't know which one is stronger, but either one could crush your arm or your shoulder if it landed.
There goes the shoulder, right?
The owl has a special zygodactyl foot,
Yeah.
so 2 in the front and 2 in the back.
And when they lock,
That's it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there was a special great gray owl in Newport, New Hampshire last year that we went up to see.
Yeah.
And like Skylar, people were going every day to see this owl. It was unusual to be that far south and to be in that town. And it landed on someone's head once. And it landed on Mark Wilson, the retired Globe photographer who does Eyes on Owls
Yeah.
with his wife Marcia.
Yeah.
It landed on his tripod as people were watching.
But it landed on his head?
On
a woman's
On a
head,
woman's
yeah.
head.
What did she
yeah.
do? I mean, you have
Nothing.
No, she just
Froze?
Everybody took pictures.
Yeah, she's famous.
yeah, but how do you get the owl off of
It
you?
flew right
Yeah,
off.
you wait for it to leave.
yeah.
You don't. You
didn't leave any marks,
you
right?
let it do what it wants to
No
do.
surgery required.
No,
You
no.
know,
Actually, the great gray owl is the largest owl. It's nearly 2.5 feet tall, and it is the lightest. It only weighs about 2 to 3 pounds because that's all feathers.
magnificent.
Great gray. I've never
The
heard
great
of it.
gray eye is a huge disc face
And these piercing
and
eyes.
piercing yellow eyes.
Where is he?
From the Arctic, Canada.
Okay.
Yeah,
And, but
father
you just saw him.
somehow ended up in Newport, New Hampshire for
Yeah.
about a month or
Yeah.
even 6 weeks, and it was
That was
just
very exciting.
Yeah.
quite an experience to see that. But
I think my favorite is the snowy owl.
Yeah.
yeah, oh, that's ours
Most-
too.
yeah.
That's the
Do you see them stuffed animals? You know, I love stuffed
Yeah.
animals in stores. After one of my surgeries, my husband came around the corner. I was in recovery, and he had. Have you seen those adorable stuffed animals with the big eyes?
Yeah.
He had a little
Yeah.
blue owl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I loved it. I just got a friend of mine a teddy bear, but I mean, I think they're fun. Do you have them around your house? Stuffed?
No.
No.
No, I have. A couple of people have given me gifts. I have a snowy and a bald eagle that are about this
Stuffed
big.
animals.
Yeah, yeah,
You see, you don't. I'll grow it.
yeah.
It's
You
fun,
know.
but they're popular now. I see these owls in different places.
Yeah, they're very owl. The owl
Owls are
culture
in.
is
Yeah, over at UMass Medical in the gift shop, you see these little owls with the big eyes. This one is blue,
Yeah.
and I think I have a little one I picked up maybe at Michael's. It's pink. It looks like a girl owl, and the big eyes. Oh, they're cute.
At Joppa Flats at Plum Island in the shop.
Yeah.
Well, on the desk when you go in, they have a snowy owl.
Yeah.
Taxidermed or whatever the process, and it's magnificent.
It was real one time.
real one. It's beautiful.
It doesn't bother you to see that.
No, no.
yeah.
I mean.
You wonder how he got dead.
Right. It might have just been age. It might have been any number of things. But
Okay, so they didn't shoot him, or
No. Oh no. No.
Do you think owls are ever going to be endangered?
Well, the number one threat facing all wildlife is habitat loss
Yeah.
and invasive species.
And also, so many of our developments, right?
That's-
We've got
Yeah.
deers and moose out in the
That's
front lawn.
that's the
Yeah.
habitat loss.
Yeah.
And so when owls and wildlife clash with people, usually the outcome is bad. And one of the things that we were very happy with the book, and the reason why we did it, was because this is a wildlife story that had human intervention with a positive outcome. And the majority of outcomes are not positive.
No.
So this was really lucky.
This is a fantastic book. Your kids, your grandkids, you, like me. This was a bedtime story for Jay. I loved it. And then I thought,
you.
at first I thought I couldn't find it. And I said to John, I emailed him and I said, I didn't get it. I said, wait a minute. That cover, I looked it up again online. And I looked up, I said, wait a minute, I've seen that. So I looked around and I found it. And I think I had this read in about, well, I took my time because I love to look at the pictures. So I think it took about 25 minutes, half an hour, just enjoying it.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
You
And
know,
it's a
my
complete
mother used to
story,
read to
and,
me. I read to my son, and boy, you're a parent out there, a grandparent. Terrific to read to the kids because it's big writing is fun. Also, maybe help 6-year-olds with the reading.
Yeah, kids love owls.
Yeah.
They love all animals.
Yeah,
and
you guys hit it. You guys nailed it. And the next one is about another owl coming out.
Snowies.
Snow,
Yeah.
and it's going to be called
Star guy.
Star
Guy. When's that coming out?
Oh, it'll be a few months probably.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
let
at the
me know,
end,
right?
end of the year,
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
doing one on the 2008 coyote family at Mount Auburn Cemetery. That was the year of years. We got to follow a family of 2 adults and 8 kids, pups, for the whole season.
Yeah.
It was a magnificent
How do you hear about all
series.
this? How did you know there was a coyote?
Well, of course, at Mount Auburn, anything that goes on, we know what's happening
You're going to
there.
know. Yeah.
But the birding community, the network, is amazing.
Yeah.
If something happens, you hear about it.
All right, well, we got about a minute left. Again, John Garb and Kim Nagi, authors of Skylaris' Great Adventure, the true story of a brave fresh pond owlet. How, again, can they get your book?
Again, the book is on Amazon and will be in bookstores over the next few weeks.
And if I have any way about it, they're going to get out a lot more around here. We're
good.
going to
Good, thank you.
We're
Yeah,
going to get
we're
them. I
happy to.
want that shirt. Did you just make one?
Yeah. Well, I made two. I made one for my granddaughter.
Yeah.
So, because after all, she deserved it. She
What about
named it.
Kim?
Yeah, that's right. What about Kim?
Well, would you wear it if I?
of course I would wear it. What about Kim?
John, get with the program. Girls like clothes, and
Who
especially
cares about me, right?
we're going to have the back. Believe me, they got
Yeah,
another album coming
you
up.
have to name the owl to get a shirt. I'm not immediately.
You've got something coming up. What is it now? Let's remind them.
we have a camera club event.
Okay, when's that? Where's that going to be and when?
That is on February 13th. We have author pages on Amazon. If you just go to the book, you'll see the author pages and you can click on and follow us. And I update events there too.
They are a fun couple here, friends. They're really good.
And Facebook too.
It's really
Our
cool.
Facebook is Dead in Good Company, all one word.
And you can come see us in York, Maine, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Last time I was in
We're
Maine, I
on
was
the- on the
born there in
road
South
again.
Portland. My
Yeah.
parents left not long after for Massachusetts. But thanks so good, both of Kim and John. This is really
Well,
good.
and
Thank
thank
you
you.
very
Thanks for
much.
inviting us back.
Yeah.
We've been looking forward to it.
And if you're going to be
it's
over
been
at Tatnuck, you better let me know.
fun. Oh, yeah, we will. We will. Well, thank you for the information. We
Oh,
will,
I'm
of course,
going to
let you know.
take care of you.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you next time. I'll be my guest.
Thank you so much.